Welcome to Tuesday, the 12th day of July, 2022. Your Day with a Podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Cowboy State Daily has more original Wyoming news content than any other news organization in the state. Check them out at cowboystatedaily.com and sign up for their daily newsletter or check them out on their Facebook page. Well, we've got a lot of summer heat coming, folks. There's no more cold fronts for a while. Day in and day out here for an extended period, summer heat will be found throughout all of the Intermountain West and the Western High Plains. So no real relief from the heat coming anytime soon, although you're going to get a little bit in the afternoon hours because there's going to be a little bit of monsoonal moisture returning to the region. Now, it's going to be a small area, but one or two strong thunderstorms or severe thunderstorms may pop up today. We'll show you where. Also, with monsoonal moisture coming on in, these afternoon clouds and afternoon showers and thunderstorms will cool off the afternoons a little bit. And there's going to be some thunderstorm activity, especially the Four Corners region of southwest Colorado, that northwest part of New Mexico, southern Utah, northern Arizona. That's kind of where the concentrated deeper monsoon moisture is going to be here over the next few days, with the northern edge of that moisture pushing a little bit more to the north by later this week and this weekend. So that's going to lead to a little bit of late day thunderstorm activity. And here you can see the subtropical moisture coming on up. We have the deep moisture over Mexico, the Four Corners area here. This is some of the dry air left behind by yesterday's cold front, but we also have a patch of higher humidity air right here. We'll talk more about that cool front and the return moisture flow that comes in behind these fronts like this as we go through today and the next couple of days coming on up. As we look at the high pressure ridge that's over the Four Corners area right now, that's kind of trapping a lot of that subtropical moisture. Here's yesterday's cold front moving into the Great Lakes and moving out of the region. This is where the thunderstorms are going to be today. Look at, you can really see the front, can you? There's those thunderstorms along that cold front across the nation's midsection and into the northeast. Now, what'll happen a lot of times is that after these cold fronts come through in the summer, there's a return southeast wind that comes in behind them as air pressures change. That moves air uphill and it brings higher humidity air up into the front range of northern Colorado, southeastern Wyoming, and western Nebraska. That's why we're going to have a little pocket of showers and thunderstorms in this area here popping up later today. And here's the monsoonal moisture going back into the southwestern areas of the U.S. And this is where we have some risk of severe weather today. Now, it's not a very big area, but western Nebraska, parts of northeastern Colorado, and southeastern Wyoming, this is not a lot of thunderstorm activity we're going to see today, but this is the type of risk where you get these thunderstorms that can be strong, especially with wind, and I hate to say the four-letter H word, but hail is a situation that sometimes arises, especially with the dry air that's left behind this cold front. The more intense thunderstorm activity on a widespread basis will be along the East Coast. Anybody flying to D.C., Philadelphia, or New York, or Newark, or Boston, yeah, well, you may have some delays there because of that cold front, the same cold front that came through here, causing a lot of weather there and across parts of the south. With the upslope southeast winds that are going to develop along the front range behind the front, that's where this area needs to be watched, and there is a risk for hail in this area right here. Again, the number of thunderstorms will be low, but the ones that do develop are going to pack a punch in that highlighted area. As we get into Friday, you can see the high pressure is basically just still there. That's just why temperatures are just going to stay very, very warm, but moisture is going to come around that high. So there you see it. The precipitable water is pretty deep across the southwestern United States into parts of the central and northern Rockies. So there's going to be afternoon and evening thunderstorms. Am I guaranteeing rain for every one of your gardens and lawns? No, not at all. These are scattered garden variety thunderstorms that get you one day, miss you the next, but they're going to be out there. And you can see this is through Friday afternoon where the showers and thunderstorms are going to be, with that concentration of the heavier thunderstorm activity, the more frequent thunderstorm activity in that Four Corners area there. As we get into next week, this is next Wednesday. Notice things just don't change, essentially. It's the same pattern. This is why it's going to be rather stagnant, with the heat continuing and the only interesting weather coming in the form of these afternoon and evening thunderstorms as the monsoonal moisture comes and goes in fits and surges. And there it is. This is by next Tuesday. So you can see there's going to be episodes of thunderstorms in those green and blue areas there as that moisture works its way north. And talk about the heat. These are the 7-day temperature averages compared to the 30-year average temperature. And you can see we've got some pretty warm temperatures right along and east of the Continental Divide, at least relative to average. These are going to be the hottest areas right there. Notice the white closer to normal. Even a couple of patches of blue here. This is because of the enhanced cloud cover and rain and thunderstorm activity from the monsoon coming into those areas there. So be ready for the very warm temperatures. A quick look at sea surface temperature anomalies. Boy, you can see that robust La Nina just continuing, although there's been some weakening right along the equator as you normally get during the summer season. But boy, it's still there and it's still really, really sticking on out. That is a lot of water that relative to average is still cool, very cool. Here we are in the middle of July, going towards the middle of the month, and we still have a huge body of water that is cool relative to average. And if you were to look at the heat content, though, in those key areas, one thing to point out is that the cool in the blue colors here, those cooler temperatures have gone up a little bit, but we expect that during the course of the summer season. The trick will be, will this cold come back relative to average near those equator areas? And we do see, though, a sign. I wanted to show you this just to give you some insight on what some of the long-range modeling is looking like. Now, this is from the Canadian model looking at June of 2023, 11 months from now. So take this with a very large grain of salt. But there definitely is a erasure of this large plume of cold right here by, I don't think we have to wait till June of next year. I think it's going to happen early first quarter of 2023. But we do see quite a change in the modeling from here to here, and we'd expect that with the solar activity picking up, and we're just going through the next La Nina, El Nino cycles going forward. But right now, we have a very robust pocket of very cool air in those subtropics in both hemispheres with the La Nina continuing to hang on. Have yourself a good Tuesday. We'll see you.